exterior porch. On the porch of a Victorian-style four-story home sits Anne, dressed immaculately in all black. She sits quietly, taking long, thoughtless drags from a cigarette. Enter Estelle. She looks remarkably similar to Anne.
God, you look like shit. And you smell like patchouli.
Go home.
What, no welcome?
Go home.
I would love a gin and tonic. Thank you.
From her bag, Estelle produces a single glass and a flask. She pours the contents of the flask into the glass.
God, you make the best G&Ts. So, where are the kids?
Minding their own fucking business, as you should be.
Your bitterness is going to age you, Annie.
Don't fucking call me that. Why the hell are you here, Stella?
I was thirsty.
You're not funny.
If I was being funny, you'd be laughing. I meant it when I said that you look like shit. Are you sleeping?
Like a baby.
I'm serious, Anne. Are you sleeping?
I'm fine.
Sally called. She said you sent them all home, that you were a total bitch about it.
They were bothering me. Assholes.
You made them.
I want to be left alone.
No one's going to do that. If you weren't so fucking old, I'd be worried.
I'm 2 years younger than you.
18 months. And exactly. That's how I know you're too old to do anything really stupid.
So then go home. Let me grieve in peace.
You can't do this forever.
I'm not planning on forever.
How long has it been?
10 weeks, 4 days, and like 1,700 cigarettes.
I'm sorry I wasn't there.
You knew my husband was going to die?
I meant at the funeral.
Didn't want to do that damn thing anyway. Fucking waste of money and time. I miss him.
I know.
I don't have anyone to take out the trash.
I can do that.
I'd rather you go home.
Estelle reaches into her bag and produces another glass, which she fills with the contents of the flask. She passes the glass to Anne.
Or we could open an inn.
What?
I want to open an inn.
Where?
Here.
No.
Why not?
Because this is my home. Because I hate people. Because my husband just died. Pick your poison.
So you're just going to wither away here as an old bitter witch that scares the neighbors and whose kids are terrified of her.
Sounds nice.
Come on, Anne. You can't stay like this.
No.
This place is beautiful and has more rooms than you know what to do with. It would be perfect.
I've lived 1,000 lives in this house. You've been here for 5 minutes?
It hasn't been easy for me, you know. You're not the only one grieving. I lost Frankie 6 years ago, and I fucked up by downsizing to that shitty condo in the city. I hate being alone and all the noise. I can move in here, help make this place something new. We both need to restart, and I have Frankie's money to spend.
I don't need a restart or Frankie's money, and I don't want strangers walking around my home.
So, what? You're just going to spend the rest of your days alone in this massive house?
I don't know, Stella. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's only been a few weeks. I'm sorry Frankie's been dead 6 years, that you're alone and that you don't have your own kids to go bother, but I don't want you here. Not now, and especially not for the rest of time.
That's the grief talking.
Maybe. But I get to sit here and smoke my lungs black if I want. I've had a good life. I can take care of myself, and I don't need anyone else here.
You can't sustain this.
I can do whatever the hell I want.
Doesn't it mean anything to you that I need you?
I shouldn't. Stella, you're lonely. I get it, but that's not my problem. I can't take care of you too.
I'm not asking you to.
Yes, you are. You come here and you want to move into my home, turn my life upside down because you've had 6 years to be miserable, but I'm not that far in yet.
You can be such a bitch. I don't want to turn your life upside down. I just want my sister to be my friend.
We're not friends, Estelle. This isn't a goddamn yaya sisterhood. Go home! Fix your shit on your own. Don't throw it onto my broken, useless plate.
I'm not asking you to fix anything. I miss my husband. I know what you're going through. Let me be here with you.
You say you miss Frankie, but be honest, you didn't have a third of what I've had with Dom. I spent the last almost 40 years of my life with that man. We built this house together. A home that you visited exactly 4 times in the last 40 years. What is that, once a decade? Now you want to bastardize my home, turn it into a shell? Go away. I don't need you here.
You think because that you spent 40 years with Dom that you loved him more? Isn't it possible that maybe because I spent decades waiting for Frankie to show up, that maybe I loved him more than you can possibly imagine? I watched everyone have babies and raise families. Well, I sat home on Friday nights wondering what was wrong with me. And then Frankie showed up. He wasn't perfect, don't get me wrong. But he was mine. He taught me how to love, and now he's gone. And I don't have anywhere to put it. And I'll be damned if I'm going to become a crazy cat lady. So I packed my shit when Sally called, because even if you don't want it, I have love to give, and you need it. You need me even if you don't want to admit it. Because I know you. You're right. We're not friends. We're sisters. And you need me too.
You're so dramatic. If you want to stay, stay. But why an inn? If you really want to start a business, we could do soap or candles. Sally says that there are witches on the internet and people love them on those apps, the Instagram and TikToks. You could be the OGs.
Is that something you'd really want to do? Be on the internet?
No.
People need people, Anne. An inn. We could be social, but only as much as we wanted. I can do all the social interacting, and you can handle the more administrative stuff.
It's too big of an undertaking. I don't want to work myself into the grave. I want to enjoy my life and my garden without someone always in my business.
It's what Dom wanted. It wasn't just Sally's call that got me to come here. He left me that for after he died.
I can barely read the ink. It's so faded.
Sorry. I probably read it about 100 times. I wasn't sure if I could do it.
Do what?
Come here. Convince you to turn your home into an inn. I know how you feel about people. And we haven't always had the best relationship.
He really wrote this.
Yes. He loved you. Some part of me thinks you're right. Maybe what you and Dom had was more than what I had with Frankie.
No, I didn't mean that. Tom and I, we had our moments. Especially right after Adam was born. We weren't perfect, but you're right. He was mine.
So what do you think?
I think that my arrogant bastard of a husband wrote my sister a letter that implies I'm a reclusive black widow that needs to be rescued.
And
that I need more than a letter to convince me that this is a good idea. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying I don't know.
Well, I think we should do it. We might not be spring chickens, but I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. Let's do something crazy. Let's open an inn. We can be bold and brave like Grace and Frankie.
You watch too much television. Us working together is probably a terrible idea.
Let's do it.
We can lose everything. I mean, the renovations alone.
Let's do it.
You're insane.
And I'm filthy sinking rich. We can get one of those intern things to act as a buffer between us if needed. And you ran a home of 7 people for the last several decades. There's no one more qualified than you to run an inn. Let's do it.
You better pour me another drink.